So that is, of course, what transpired at that point. Let me quickly join Major General GG Dwivedi, Strategic Affairs Analyst, quickly onto the broadcast. Major General GG Dwivedi, some historic context, of course, being given to our viewers. Prime Minister Narendra Modi raking this up today, saying that incidents like Pahalgam would not have continued to happen in India if those historic blunders had not taken place in 1947, Major General Dwivedi.
Well, Uday, you are given a very detailed background as to what exactly is the Kashmir issue. But let's put it in perspective. Well, every military issue has a political background, and therefore Kashmir issue is not an exception, because primarily when India was partitioned, and at the time Maharaja Hari Singh had not decided which way to go. But Pakistan always had sinister design. You know, partition of India took place on 15th of August, where, India became an independent nation. But the point is, Pakistan Army, they started to plan capture of Kashmir right in August 1947. They had already started to raise the Lashkars, 10 Lashkars, means 10,000 raiders. And they had a very well thought out plan, which was supported by the army. So therefore, I think Pakistan was instrumental in this whole conflict, because they, had a military plan to capture Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir by military means. So therefore, you rightly stated that on 22nd of October, these raiders, they advanced from Muzaffarabad to Uri, and the first battle between the state forces under Brigadier Rajendra Singh took place in Uri, and he actually, he was killed in the battle in Mahura, where I, in fact, commanded my brigade in Baramulla and this sector. But the point is, Uday, we have to understand three very important things. Firstly, Pakistan is instrumental in this whole issue because they started this conflict, and they tried to take Kashmir by force. The second point is, it was not only raiders which actually started the whole operation, but this became the fight between India and Pakistan armies. So therefore, this became a conflict between the two nations. But one thing we must understand, at that time, the armies of both sides on India and Pakistan were not led by the Indian officers. It was General Butcher from the Indian side who was heading the Indian forces, and on the other side was General Gracie. So therefore, how much of the control the political leadership had on the armies of both sides is one point which is debatable. The second point is, at that point of time, it was just 2 months after the India's independence that this whole conflict started. Now, how far we could have pushed them remains a debatable issue, because when India went on counteroffensive from 27th October 1947, we did retrieve the situation. As I said, I was brigade commander in Baramulla. The Battle of Patan, in fact, had these raiders not indulged in rape, murder, loot. In fact, they also murdered the Mother Superior in Baramulla, then Srinagar would have fallen, because it was a photo finish on 27th October, the 1st Sikh Battalion, under Colonel Rai. He actually was the savior of Srinagar. So there are 2-3 points which I like to conclude, that at that time the situation was very, very fluid, and it was the Pakistan who had actually started the whole operation. India went on counteroffensive and did, manage to save Srinagar and push the raiders back to Uri, where the line of control today stands. And secondly, the major battle fought in Punch and Jhanga area. In fact, Jhanga was captured. It was Brigadier Osman who was instrumental taking back Jhanga. And of course, the Battle of Punch went on for almost a year. In conclusion, I would say that this whole issue was started by Pakistan. India went on counteroffensive once the document of accession was signed by Maharaja Hari Singh, and the dispute had lingered on. But the onus of the whole dispute lies on Pakistan squarely.
Major General SVP Singh, Major General SVP